Good morning, gang. Joyce with Skipping Calves Farms here. Today we're going to start trying to do the repair on the actual fence. I am under a pretty critical time constraint because my neighbors are going to be coming down or coming up. And they're going to be having a pretty good sized party this weekend, and it's a long weekend. And I'm here by myself and I don't have much time. So I'm going to try and maybe do a series of videos. I'm not going to be able to show you a lot. A lot of the equipment manufacturers and stuff will be able to show you the how to do. What I'm going to do is try and make this more like a podcast than a video. So I don't know if I've not uploaded it yet, but I did a video walking through and describing the damage, and I think I'll go ahead and plan on putting that up. Police report has been filed. They've got a pretty good idea of what it was and probably who it was, and it's probably not going to go any further than that. So I've just got to praise the Lord and super duper duper high kudos for Mike at Timeless Fence Post. He spent a bit of time with me on the phone yesterday. I was able to send him some photographs. He gave me some awesome ideas. I went online, looked at their videos that he did, and communicated with him earlier today, and he gave me a thumbs up on an alternative for the standard A-frame corner installation. It's called a floating A-frame, I believe, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm in a creek bottom right here. What does that mean? That means there's a lot of small and medium-sized rocks, cobbles, pebbles. There's no real boulders, but I get rocks up to 4 to 6 inches, but a lot of small rock in hard clay. So you can't really see it from that root. That's the clay I'm talking about. That's on the ground, but there's rocks everywhere. That makes digging by hand really hard and very slow between the hard clay and the rock. So the less I can dig, the less concrete I can buy. I'm not running a quarter a mile, I guess maybe 200 yards, no, not even 200 yards, 150 yards maybe, in each direction or less. So be generous, guys, be merciful. My numbers are approximate, but you can see for yourself. Mike gave me the name of a farmer down in Georgia who is a distributor for them. He was absolutely awesome. His name is Sam Bissell. You can go to the Timeless website. I believe he will be listed as a distributor. If not, call Timeless. And he was just awesome to do business with. He was over an hour away and met me halfway, and we did the exchange of the equipment. I actually exchanged it with his wife. He was out busy making hay. So just who you deal with is oftentimes more important, or as important as what you're dealing with. But with Timeless, you're getting them both. So so here is the corner in the northwest corner. As you saw the car just drive by, it's right here by the street. Shut up, Joyce, and get moving. Okay, so you can see here, this is the original structure that I used for bracing this 2 1/8 T-post. The T-post actually broke, and the high tensile wire did not break, but the T-post broke, and this came through, and that's, I don't know if you could see that, but the T-post broke where below the high tensile wire. It's the only high tensile I have in my fence. The other is regular 12 gauge fencing wire. It's not 170,000 psi. So that's why it broke. The other wires gave, this one did not. And there you have it. So as far as this structure is concerned, where it broke here below the high tensile was where I had this second yoke attached. And so what I'm going to have to do is remove these two yokes, cut them off, pull this post. I'll be coming out here about 4 feet and cutting the wire here. I got gripples. So what I'll be able to do is I've got daisy wheels here, I've got daisy wheels here, and by cutting it about 3 or 4 feet beyond, that'll give me room to work. I don't have to worry about where's my wire or this, that, and the other thing. I can go ahead, pull this out. Now my Tractor Supply T-post puller isn't big enough to fit around a 2 1/8 T-post, but it does have a little J-hook, and I do have a 1/4 inch chain. Didn't want to cut the 1/4 inch chain, so I brought all 37 feet. I do things that way. That way I'll still have 37-foot chain. Why cut it for a one-time deal? I've had that chain for a long time and never had to cut it, so don't want to start now. When I built my fence, it's just like ordering concrete. You always want to order more than you need just in case. So I have some extra high tensile. So I'll be rebuilding these two yokes with a high tensile. Put those back around that white oak. I've got a level, and I've got what I needed, which is a 5 1/2 footer, 2 1/8 timeless. That's this post that's getting replaced over here. And for any of you who don't know, but if any of you ever watch any of Greg Judy's stuff, he's always hawking timeless. It's marked right there on the post. You bury it to that line. Boom, you're done. So, with that, Lord, excuse me, I apologize. With that, gang, that's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm going to do it. That's how I had envisioned it up front. The yoke idea from around a tree was an idea I did gain from Greg Judy. Did I talk to him about it? No, I probably could have. He is very approachable, but that's what I did. And on the one that is still attached, let me see. On the one that's still attached, you can see I used this kind of a loop-de-loop. That is a technique I learned from Joel Salatin. And I did the best I could do in terms of 2 loops through the hole. And you can see that that did not cut the hole, but you can also see down here where it's just the regular fence wire, it did. It pulled on the hole. And you can see here where when it pulled through, can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see that here. You've got the ravelings, but it didn't pull through, didn't pull out. It raveled a little bit, but that was it. So with that, gang, Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, probably I'm not going to do any in-process videos. I got too much work to do. But that's what I'm planning to do. This morning, my neighbor drove by and the thought occurred to me, hey Tim, you happen to have a T-post pounder? He goes, I sure do. 5 minutes later, he brings and loans me this T-post pounder. The thought occurred to me. When I say the thought occurred to me, it's not my thought, right? You understand that. It comes from my father who owns cows on 1,000 hills. But, so his T-post pounder is big enough to fit around this 2 1/8 2 1/8 timeless T-post. I've got a little cheapy Tractor Supply T-post pounder that I use for moving my sheepfold with just regular metal T-posts. It's too small. I couldn't do it. So when I put this one in the first time, I pounded that bugger in by hand, standing on a chair or a ladder, I can't remember which, and it took me forever. I don't have forever today. So I just want to say publicly, thank you, Tim. You and Heather are awesome neighbors, and this T-post pounder is a blessing straight from heaven. With that, gang, it's hot, and I'm going to get to work. Whatever you do, just keep chasing the dream, and I wish you blessings for the day.